All right, welcome everybody. We are just getting set up for our Gold Fortnite Round 3 matches. We've had a great first couple weeks here for our Hanover teams. You can see the standings right here. We've got our Hanover Horde sitting at 65 points. Our Hanover Heroes in 6th place, 22 points. Our Hydras, they've run into some bad luck these first couple weeks, but I told them I think they're going to stack some eliminations today and get right up in there. Plenty of opportunity to get back into the mix. You can see not a lot of super high scores besides the Horde and the Stealth here. Everybody else was within striking distance, so a lot of opportunity to get back in this thing and get back on the into the top 10. So we worked on a lot this week: communication, some rotation work. So hopefully it pays off. So stick with us. We're getting everything set up here. We're getting everybody pulled into their matches, into their squads. But we're ready to go hopefully here in another few minutes. So stick with us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by me. Dad, all right, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So
I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going.
Was a girl who wasn't quite like everyone else. She loved riding her bike and going on adventures, and she was always getting into mischief. Then one day, with a little help from Dad, she turned that mischief into the yummiest, crunchiest snacks around. It seemed like the whole town was hungry for something new. The little Utz girl loved sharing the crunchy snacks her family made together, because they knew just being yourself is the funnest adventure of all. Utz, the crunch that connects us all.
right, we are back, just getting set up for this match. Should just be hopefully a couple more minutes. We're expecting 99 players in. Looks like we're up to 55, so they're trying to get these ready and started by about 10 after. So we'll see if we can make that happen this week. So this is our Horde team. We got a couple players playing remote this week. Actually, just one. Actually, yeah, we do have two. We have both Hitscan and Pexified playing remote. We got Bearbow here. Malo's out today. He's at a soccer tournament. So we will have Little Dog playing for him. Let's transition to our heroes. So here's our heroes. We've got Mini. He'll be playing remotely today. LAX, KJB up on PC5. Guard Dog PC6. And Commando will be playing remote today. So we'll
I'm selling
transition to that. And let's go to Hydra.
Size 9 or size 8.
All right, here's our Hydra. So we have a bunch of the Hunch. He'll be playing remotely today. Kong, Gorilla, and Globe. So this is our Hydra. So we should be ready to go here in just a couple minutes while we get things set up. Stick with us. We'll be right back, hopefully with some match details soon. So stay with us.
Like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. You know?
Check. All right, we're back. Just getting set up here. We're really trying to hold these other teams to harder timelines. They're struggling to get in. At some point, we're going to have to make the call and just drop. Hanover's 100% in and ready to go. Just getting ready to get this thing kicked off. Again, this is our Horde. Pexified, Melo. Let's see who else we got. Pexified, Melo. Pexified's going to be playing remote today. Melo's not playing, so we got Little Dog standing in for him. Hitscan's playing remotely, so he won't be here. So let me turn their streams off so we're not getting confused as to who's in and who's not. You can see they're getting ready to drop in right now, so they'll just be kicking this thing off in a second. This is our, let's transition to our heroes here. So our heroes is made up of Mini, LAX, Guard Dog, and Commando. LAX and Guard Dog are here today. So let me switch over to their stream and turn these other streams off because we won't be able to watch Commando or Mini today since they're playing remotely. We'll turn their streams off so we're not just staring at blank screens. And let's go ahead and transition here to our Hydra. Our Hydra is made up of Bunch in the Hunch. He'll be in the top left. Actually, he won't be here today. So we'll need to turn his screen off. But we do have Kong, Gorilla, and Globe that are in studio. So they're getting ready to drop in. We're going to go ahead and watch them. They've had some tough drops and haven't been able to put many points up this season. So I think they're going to do well this time. I know they've been working really hard playing together, working on honing in their plan and their plans for this drop. And hopefully stack some eliminations today. Let's transition over the heroes there as the Hydra drop in. You can see the heroes here going to the far side of the lake, so they're going to the edge of the map. And let's transition over here to the Horde. Let's see how they're doing. Here's the Horde. They've already dropped and kind of cycled in. Let's take it back to the Hydra. Hydra's taken kind of a long drop to get across the map here. And over this village on the far side. See, sometimes it pays off dropping early. You can get some good eyes on who's dropping into the town as you're cruising in. So let's see if this strategy pays off for them. See, they're heading into the village here. This town. Detail Row, as it's called. Collecting some mats, collected some resources. So it looks like they didn't land in too hot of a drop that time. Let's head over the heroes. Looks like they got some contact. PC6 at the bottom left. Guard Dog is taking some pop shots. Looks like they got a team below them as the rest of the heroes push in towards the team. Guard Dog's kind of providing that overhead suppressive fire. Gets a knock on one of the opposing players. So good early round knock as he's going to drop down. Hopefully collect that elimination. So good job to get that early round elimination for the heroes. Let's transition over to the Horde here. Let's see how they're making out. Collecting mats and resources here. Again, they're on the far side of that one lake. Looks like they dropped in. This is PC3, top right. That's actually Little Dog, and bottom right, PC11. That's Barebow Fraggins. Let's transition back over the Hydra. Ooh, looks like so they do have a squad here that they're in the fight with. PC12 there. Ooh, getting in a hot engagement with that turret. PC12 is Gorilla. Does almost take him out. He's going to launch up. Let's see if he's able to finish him. Ooh, a couple of players knocked for the Hydra early in this match. Nice job by Gorilla there at the bottom left to get that one knock. See if he can finish this other teammate off. Opposing player, they do get that elimination. So nice job there by the Hydra. A couple early round eliminations. That's what they need to do. They're still under a hotly contested LZ here. Gorilla gets another good hit on an opposing player. So between Gorilla at the bottom left and Globe at the bottom right, they're doing a good job in getting this squad. But they do have two team members currently down. You can see Kong in the top right down. And I believe playing remotely today, the other player. Oh, and then just like that, Gorilla gets knocked. So he's knocked down. So it looks like it's just PC13 inside Globe that's left. Let's see if he's able to clean up this other opposing player. It's a nice knock on the opposing team. Oh, and then he gets knocked. So 22 place finish for the Hydra. Again, they kind of landed in a hot zone, but I think they did get a couple eliminations there. So that's good. They got a couple of elimination, couple points on the board. That's what we'd like to see. Let's switch over to Horde here, see if they're in any engagements. It doesn't look like. Looks like things are pretty clear right there. Let's swap over to Heroes. They were actively engaging opposing team. Looks like one of their players did get knocked, but you can see Guard Dog there healing them up. Looks like he's healing Mini to get him back in the fight. Top right, we have LAX KJB. He's up on top, topping off on his shields. Still active fighting going on, but they're still a full four-person squad at this point. You can see they're actively engaging that opposing team. That team's pushing for high ground there. One thing you gotta be careful of, the Heroes tend to find themselves in a location where they get pinched with a couple of different squads pushing them at the same time. Good job by Guard Dog there, bottom left, to take out that opposing player. They got another player pushing in on him there. Guard Dog drops down, gets the cycle, but he gets taken out by another player. He gets knocked. So they've got a couple squads they're dealing with early in this match, and two players, both Commando and Guard and Mini, are down. So it's left up to LAX KJB here at the top. He's got the high ground, but he is clearly outnumbered. Looks like at least three of the opposing player does manage to knock one of them. So good job there. Let's see if he can clutch this up and get his team back in the fight. You can see the opposing team's pushing up on him here. Drops down, but they place 17th place there. So a couple early eliminations for the Hanover teams. Let's see if we can see how many eliminations they got early in this round. Looks like there are at least a few, a couple for the team. So that's at least a decent start. Let's transition back over the Horde here. Last remaining team on this first drop. So pretty tough drop so far for Hanover, but you live, you learn, and you move on to the next round. So I'm sure they're already in there talking strategy, what worked, what didn't. Definitely one of the big discussions we had this week was how to go about ensuring you initiate the engagement and not having the engagement forced upon you by the other team. It seems like kind of in both those situations, they were kind of, at least not initially, but ultimately surprised by another squad that pushed in on them quickly. Before they really had a chance to respond from a previous attack or ambush. So it's what happens with these hot drops when you want to land in a location where there's a lot going on. It's often easy to get pinched. There you see a nice elimination by PC3. That's going to be Little Dog playing for Malo today. As this Horde team pushes across the map here. So I can hear the teams talking in there, the Hydra and the Heroes, trying to figure out what they want to do this next round. And 2 drops every week. You get a combination of high finish points. So if you finish, I think it's in the top 13, you get 13 points for a Royale and below. And then eliminations. So the more eliminations you get, the more points you get. 1 point per elimination. Obviously, with there being, in some cases, up to 80 kids, other gamers playing in each match, that's the best opportunity to get points there, is those eliminations. You can see the Horde has zeroed in on an opposing team here, playing peekaboo, using the top of this little natural cover here, this rooftop, to get some good shots out on the enemy position. PC3 at the top is played by Little Dog. Bottom right is Bearbow. They're joined by Pexified and Hitscan, who are both playing remote today. And they are still a 4-person squad. Be in decent shape. See, they blasted out of there just as Little Dog was trying to go in for the vehicle strike. Looks like they got good eyes on them at this point. Nice elimination there. Is going to pick up that at the bottom, Bearbow. Looks like somebody did get taken out there. Somebody did get knocked. They got the high ground, so Little Dog's got a tarp up. He's actively being pursued. He gets knocked. So it looks like Bearbow, and it's hard to see who the other player is knocked, but Bearbow's still in the fight at this point. We'll see who Little Dog decides to spectate here. He's going to switch over to Pexified. So Bearbow and Pexified are the last 2 remaining Horde members in the fight. Let's see if they're able to finish this off and get their fellow members here rebooted. You can see Pexified there is working his way over towards Hitscan, get him healed up and back in the fight. They are going to be able to get him back in the fight. Bearbell at the bottom, getting his jug in him, getting some minis, get himself healed up so he can top them shields off, and looks like they're ready to go. Collect some mats, collect some weapons, cross-level some resources, and then they're going to probably move out to the next location here. It looks like they were able to collect the reboot card of Little Dog. So see if they can work their way to a reboot van here. You can see how close they are to the edge of the storm. So they got a ways to go, but it looks like there's a reboot van on the way. It looks like that may be the direction that they're heading at this point. Always got to be cautious, though. Those reboot vans tend to gather a lot of attention. When you utilize the reboot van, it blows a horn. And it's also a lot of other teams are in the same boat with having a player down, trying to get them back in the fight. So they might be heading towards the reboot van or baiting the reboot van. So sitting there and waiting to ambush you as you move towards the reboot van. But there you see Little Dog's back in the fight. Again, he's playing on PC3 for Melo today. And they are a full squad. Looks like there are, a little hard to see on this one, maybe 35 players remaining. You can see those purple crows or ravens, they have some pretty good weapons, some pretty good heals and meat as well. So one of the additions to the game that you can really get some good heals from in the crunch time. But you can see they found some slurp cases there, slurp kegs. I don't know what you want to call them, but you blow them up, they heal everybody around them. That helps top off some shields. Gonna blast himself into the storm there. See, he's need to actually blast himself away from it. Fortunately, he's full up on health, so he should be able to survive this storm. But we'll see as the rest of his team outpaces the storm. He kind of got blasted into it, so he's a little bit behind his team, trying to stay out ahead of that. But you can see they're actively being engaged by another team. You can see the Horde's trying to push in. They don't want to engage when they don't have to. Good job, Little Dog, getting that, taking out that, I don't know whether it was a pig or something, but he get additional heals from that, and he's going to need it as he fights his way up out of the storm. Bearbo gets knocked. And he's in storm. He got engaged from the flank as they were moving in. So unfortunately he got knocked. He's in the storm. Fortunately, he's not going to be too far from the storm, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get him in time. Little Dog's moving his way outside of the storm too. We'll see if both of them can get out of here. There's active engagement taking place here right on the edge of the storm. Little Dog's going to push in, pretty low on health. Ooh, and then Bearbo gets taken out by Loudon. Little Dog gets knocked by, looks like they were knocked by Loudon as well. So it looks like it's just Pexified and Hitscan in the match at this point. So you can see they're side by side, trying to work in on this side of the river. They're being attacked from both sides at this point. They were watching Pexified. Hitscan's still in the fight as well. Popped off his shields. Looks like they're going to blast out of there. Move over here to the cubes. Set up for the next fight. Get healed up. Sometimes it's better to just disengage. It doesn't look like they were able to collect any of those reboot cards. See the opposing squad pushing up. There you see Hitscan kind of watching them from the bushes. He's going to take a shots there. Did a good job waiting until they got close. Got some sure shots on him. He's going to use that grapple. But he is it's a 3v2 situation, I think, at this point. So it's a tough fight with him and Pexified trying to take out what is at least a 3v2, potentially even a 4v2. if they have a 4 squad member standing. Both tarped up real good, and they're going to get their... they do get a knock on an opposing team there, so nice job there. They're going to finish him off. That's going to be hard to see who that was. Don't know if that was one of those Loudon team members that took off Little Dog and Bearbo earlier, but I believe it was, since they were the ones that were pushing up on them. Here you see they have eyes on that opposing player. Pexified's getting some nice shots, got some decent cracks on him, so they should push in after him. And they do knock him and take him out. So good, another good elimination here by the Horde. Again, just 2 members of this team left as they push towards the center circle here. You can see they've kind of come up on another conflict taking place. Not sure if it's another team fighting another team. So sometimes in that situation, it's better just to let them fight it out and then go in and sweep up afterwards, especially if you're down and you're unable to determine how many players are on the other team. There you see Hitscan, though, taking some long-range shots, getting some hits on an opposing player. It's like they're kind of split up here, with Pexified heading back to get some heals back up in his inventory, change out his weapons, and then he's going to push back towards where Hitscan's at. Hitscan lights a fire there so he could heal up a little bit. Like Pexified's heading back there to use a fire as well. See, they've identified another opposing team there. Hitscan's going to be using that grapple to tear down some walls. You can see how quickly that grapple is able to dismantle a wall of an opposing player. Like that other player was able to kind of withdraw from there, maybe push off this next build. Still hard to see how many players are left, maybe 16 at this point. And right after this, we'll set up for our next match and get into our second drop for our gold team. And then following that, we have our silver Fortnite teams playing, and then we'll finish up the day. Good grapple there by Hitscan at the bottom, grabbing that vehicle as they try to push away, pulled it back, get some good damage on those opposing players. There you see Everett does manage to get eliminated. I'm sorry, Pexified up top gets an elimination of the opposing team. And good job. Way to keep that squad from running away. Threw the grapple at them, withdrew them from their vehicle, took a couple shots, got damaged. They built up, and the Horde took them out. So Horde stacking some good eliminations again this round. Moving towards the center, you can see they're right in the center of zone. With that next storm collapsing in and of itself. Couple good splash jugs there. Get them both of their shields fully up. You can see the Horde's building up there. Getting the high ground on top of this building, tarping up. Getting ready for what probably may be the last fight. It's hard to tell. Might be 8 players left at this point. It's definitely single digits. So maybe a squad or 2, or maybe 3 portions of some squad. It's hard to say. Pexified and Hitscan both topping them shields off again. Here you see a good fight taking place here. Pexified's got position in the box. Ooh, but they're doing a good job boxing up, but they do get the elimination there. Hitscan, good job. Another use of splash jug, and get some shields topped off. Get ready for the next fight. So they are positioning themselves well, just as a 2-man team. The latter part of this fight, the last couple zones, and they've done a good job. Really moving, communicating, and healing each other up, pushing on the enemy, and breaking contact when they need to. I'm going to blast over onto the opposing player's build here. There you see Pexified dropping in on him, drops right on top of him, but blasted away. No sooner and he got in there. Hitscan's going to push in as well. Pexified's going to push right back. This is where the fight's going to take place between these 2 large builds. Looks like the other team's positioned well. Hitscan gets a couple really nice cracks at the bottom right. You can see a couple really accurate fires coming in from there. But he gets his build knocked out from under him and takes a couple shots himself on his way down. They're going to get the heals up. Pexified's going to push his way in. Doesn't quite bounce as high as he wants to, but does get up there on the second bounce. Hit scan there at the bottom. Does get a couple cracks on the opposing player. They do knock that player. So good job there by Pexified. Get up there and get that elimination. It's just a couple left, I think, at this point. Good knock again by Hitscan there at the bottom. So it should just be maybe 2 players left. Looks like it might be 4 left in the match. So, ooh, Hitscan does get the bottom knocked out from under him. So he's probably going to have to tarp up here and get some heals and get some shields topped off and get ready for this last fight. It does look like 4 players remaining. So with these 2, it's just 2 other players. So it's either one partial squad or maybe a couple campers left. Let's see if they're able to chase them out and secure this victory royale. You hear some shots being fired. Unsure where they're coming from. The hit scan's going to launch up. Work his way towards this house. Gonna burn that house down with that fuel can. See if I can chase him out of this house. Going for high ground here. Make sure when you're low ground you don't spend too much time there and it'll let the opposing team get the high ground on you. Opposing players, if they're just single players, they may be camping at this point, just trying to survive, get that high round placement. You can see Pexified's launching some rocket launchers into the in towards that house that the structure's built up upon. So he's trying to knock out maybe the build. That way, if they're camping in the build, they'll have to show themselves as the build starts to collapse. There they go. They do have their eyes on them. You can see Pexified's moving up towards them at this point. Chase them in. They're tarping up. Both Pexified and Hitscan are trying to round. Good elimination there. Looks like just one left at this point. Just one more left. Let's see if they're able to chase them out and seal the victory royale for the Horde. They do have him. Pexified's have eyes on. He's going to drop down. He's going to drop down to level. Ooh, just missed on that shot there. Hitscan's moving in on his box, taking him out. And that's going to do it. Hitscan with the elimination seals the victory royale for the Hanover Horde in this first drop. So GG's to all our friends, GG's to the heroes, the Hydra, and especially the Horde for securing that first drop royale. We'll get set up here in just a second for our second drop, so stick with us. We'll be right back.
I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
Unless if you have a, for some reason you have the Dragon's Breath Sniper for some reason.
All right, we are back. Thanks for coming back to us. We had a great match previously with our Hanover Horde getting the victory royale. We're watching the Hanover Hydra here as they drop in. Our Hydra's made up a bunch in the hunch. He's playing remote today. PC 8, we got Kong the Mighty in top right. Bottom left, we've got Gorilla 152, and the bottom right, we've got Globe. So these are our Hanover Hydra. Looks like they're heading over towards the mountains. You can see they kind of marked their territory. So they did manage to get a few eliminations last time, so I'm really happy about that. Let's see if they can get a few more eliminations and stick later into this match. Let's transition over to Heroes. Heroes are dropping in here. And they had a fairly decent, they did manage to get a few eliminations themselves, but a fairly decent, kind of a higher round elimination. I think they were 17th or something last time. So they definitely hope for better this time. They kind of got pinched in that village. You can see PC 5, that's LAX. He's talking to that player character there, and not an actual combatant there. So there's different characters that you can run into across the board that kind of give you missions and bounties, and you can get weapons or parts for weapons and stuff like that. That can benefit you, but a lot of times they act as distractions, particularly in competitive match where you don't want to be distracted. You want to be focused on getting those eliminations and getting those high place finishes. So look at the Heroes here. I'm sorry, the Hydra.
What's a Del Taco?
The Hydra's working their way across the map here. Up over to the Horde. Like the Horde's still dropping in. They're going to drop here on the farm. They're now just landing. So let's swap back over to the Hydra a second. Check how they're making out. Looks like they might have some eyes on. Looks like they marked a building there, and looks like they're all converging on the building same time. Good job. Initiate the engagement. That's one of the things we talked about. Need to make sure they're all ready. There they are, burning the house down. That's going to chase the opposing team out. You see them coming down there. PC 12 has to get his heals though. Oh, PC 8 gets knocked there. The Kong gets knocked down. PC 12's healing up. They do manage to tarp him up, but looks like the opposing team's pushing in pretty aggressively on them as they.
I'm just gonna sit in this corner, like a little stacking potato.
It looks like they are converging once again. Looks like they got a little bit, spread out, trying to attack that enemy. PC 12, Gorilla got got hurt early on. Oh, the opposing player, they got two on. Oh, two players knocked there. Looks like it's just PC13 still in the fight at this point. That's Inside Globe, last remaining. Looks like they actually ran into our heroes here, unfortunately. So we got a Hydra hero fight at this point. I saw Commando got the elimination. Let's swap over to the heroes here.
Don't even try to get our reboot.
Just Inside Globe left there. You can see the heroes are actively trying to track him down. Let's transition back and forth as these two teams set up. You can see Commando had the elimination, so it's just PC13 left. Let's see if he can hide out and kind of, you can see, but they're actively shooting in. The heroes have transitioned and are working on taking him out. There you can see PC5 played by LAX, and then Guard Dog here working on trying to take him down, and they do. So that's going to do it for our Hydra. They placed 20th, so unfortunately they ran right into our Hanover Heroes team, taken out and placed 20th in this round. So let's swap over to Heroes. Good job to the Heroes. Unfortunately, again, I hate it when they have to take out each other, but they're all dropping in the same map, and nobody knows where the other teams are dropping. So those rounds do count for it. You can see a team pushing in here against the Heroes, driving that vehicle right up in there, and as they bail out, PC6, Guard Dog does get a nice elimination on one of those players. He is pretty low. He's got no shields at this point, so he's going to work his way up and away. You can see he's got eyes on another player. He's going to push in towards him here. Got the high ground. Ooh, they set the place on fire, though. Got to be careful of that. Anytime you're in those wooden structures, they can light them ablaze. And Guard Dog gets knocked. See, they got a little bit separated. The rest of the heroes here in this box right here by the truck, healing themselves up. Hopefully they'll be able to work their way back over to where Guard Dog is and pick up his reboot card, get him back in the fight. Nice elimination there by PC5. LAX gets a nice elimination. He's going to take out one of the opposing players from Loudon. So that should allow them to heal up. Looks like that might be Mini that's knocked right now. So they should be able to heal up Mini and hopefully get to that reboot card. Let's transition to our Horde. We haven't seen them in a while. Actually, they're still in a fight here. Nice elimination there again by LAX. He is racking up the eliminations. A little tongue-tied there. So good job. Looks like they took out that whole squad. Let's flip over to the Horde. So the Horde, looks like they might have had an early round elimination here. Hard to see who was eliminated, but it looks like it might be, it's a little hard to see. There's 3 of them in the car right now. It looks like, it might be, looks like it might be PC3. So it might be a Little Dog 248's eliminated early in this match. But it does look like they have his reboot card, so they should be able to get him back in the fight. So they're pushing in on an opposing player here, drove right up on him. It's a 3v1 situation, it looks like at this point. You can see hit scans working to get in behind him, does get in behind him, and he is going to be taken out there, but not before PC11. Barebow Fragrance gets taken down. So a whole bunch of squads pushing in here. This might be a good opportunity to break contact, but Hitscan is going to get elimination there. He's going to jump in this jet boat and try to get away, but not before this Raptor pushes up on him. So a whole lot of activity happening at this point of the map. Looks like it might just be Hitscan and Pexified still in this thing. Looks like both Bearbro and Little Dog got knocked, but they should be able to get those reboot cards and maybe get them back in the fight. Let's switch back over to the heroes. Again, our heroes ran into our Hydra early on this map, but a good job here. I was hoping they'd be able to, and looks like they are going to be able to, get Guard Dog back in this fight. So in the bottom left, you should see him regenerate. There he is. Welcome back to the fight, Guard Dog. And the heroes are a full squad. Again, unfortunately, our Hydra, if you're just tuning in, they were eliminated early, falling pretty much right on top of our heroes. It was a good fight. Unfortunately, they just got pinched pretty quickly. And here you see the Horde getting themselves rebooted and back to a full squad. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape at this point for both the Horde and the Heroes team. All right, so just getting things. Our silver teams are starting to come in here. You can see a heavy contact here. The Horde's falling into a pretty heavy drop zone. But again, that's what you got to do. They did get the victory royale earlier, so they can be a little bit more aggressive this time because it's your highest score from each of the 2 drops. So they can be pretty aggressive here, which is what they're being. They do get some eliminations there, so good job, Horde. Let's swap over to Heroes. I'm sorry, that is the Hydra. Let's swap over to the Heroes. Right, so the Heroes are still full squad at this point. Looks like PC5 needs to get himself some heals in him. That's LAX. But other than that, they look to be in pretty good shape as they push across the map. Let's transition back to the Horde. Oops. There we go. Transition over the Horde here. They're in heavy contact there. You see PC11, Bearbow getting eliminated. PC3 still in the fight. Spectating Hitscan there at the bottom. He's taking fire from a couple different directions. You can see they're pretty low. Hitscan's going to push in pretty aggressively here. There you see Little Dog get eliminated. So it's just, again, Pexified and Hitscan in this fight. Hitscan's going to get another elimination there. So nice job there. So they keep dropping into these heavy zones, but they're picking up the eliminations, and looks like Hitscan's going to break contact there, get himself healed up and away from that fight. Let's swap over to the Heroes. All right, Heroes still full squad. Looks like they're pushing in towards the Spire here. Looks to be they're all in pretty good shape with health and heals. You can see LAX, he's stopping his shields off, so they should be in good shape for the next fight. Like they got a nice high vantage point here, so you can scan the horizon. You can see there's some fires coming in now. Trying to spot where that's coming from. See if they can zero in on where they want to push to next. You can see some markings being put down by LAX, kind of marking out where some activity happening in the distance. Let's go ahead and swap over the Horde here. All right, here's the Horde. Again, they had the Victory Royale last week. Got another Victory Royale this week. So they are on a roll of late. They are a full squad. I'm sorry, this is the Heroes at this point. Let me transition here to the Horde. I keep getting my teams confused. All right, here's the Horde. Again, oh, looks like they are just down to Hitscan at this point. You saw them last time we left. They were in a heavy fight. They did manage to Hitscan broke contact there. Looks like he's trying to police up those reboot cards so he can get his team back into the fight here. So it looks like he has at least a couple of the reboot cards. There's the 3rd reboot card. So let's see if he can make his way to a van, a reboot van. There should be one up here in this area. So he's moving his way quickly across the map to try to get to this van. He does see opposing team, but that's a 3-person squad. Not sure he wants to fight that fight or not before he gets his squad back into this thing. All right, let's swap back over to the Heroes. And here you see the Heroes. Looks like they were in a fight. Good job shakedown there by Guard Dog in the bottom left. He's going to check out his map. Get eyes on the opposing remaining squad members that they have. There you see LAX in the top right. He's using that portal transport around. It cleans up that last elimination. So good round there for the Heroes so far. They've managed to get quite a few eliminations this round early on. Ran right into our Hydra, took out the Hydra, and you can see he's got eyes on that bridge. I think that's just what our hit scan just went across just a few seconds ago. And you can see he managed to get to a reboot van and get all the Horde back into the fight. So the Horde are once again a full squad. So we've got a full squad of Heroes, a full squad of Horde. Should set up for a great last rounds. 27 left in the match. So just 19 opposing players, but I think our teams are starting to converge on each other. You can see the perspective of LAX kind of shooting into the portal there, And you can kind of see where our Horde is and reference that portal when they're looking up, moving towards this gas station. So as the storm closes, obviously a lot more is going to happen as these teams all converge and the storm forces them close together late in this round. Again, stick with us. This is our gold team, our second drop for our gold team. Right after this, we're going to be dropping in our silver teams for 2 drops. And then we'll finish out the day with a Valorant match. PC6, there you see Guard Dog. He's taking heavy fires. He's pushed in by one of the opposing teams. Looks like they are going to shake him down, unfortunately. And that's actually Hitscan. That's actually our Horde team that's pushing in on the heroes right now. You can see LAX is trying to build up and away. Let's swap positions, take a look at the Horde as they kind of hunt down the heroes. Our teams are just running into each other left and right, unfortunately, this map. Looks like the Horde's a full squad, and looks like the heroes, it's just down to LAX. Let's see if he can out-survive, and get set up here. See if he's able to outlast. Ooh, he's pushing on heavy here. See if he's able to break contact and move himself out of this precarious situation. 8th place finish. They were actually taken out by Hitscan there, the Horde. So 8th place, nice finish. I'm pretty sure they got quite a few eliminations there. So GG's to our heroes. A good fought battle there. Respectable finish and quite a few eliminations. So pretty proud of them for that. Let's switch back over to the Horde, who's still in the fight at this point. So the Horde is still a full-size squad. So really good showing by all our teams today. Again, the Hydra unfortunately had some bad luck, but they did manage to put some points up each round. So that's good. That's definitely what we're looking for, improvement each and every week. Heroes just got an 8th place finish there. I'm pretty sure they had 5 or 6 eliminations, so putting some points up. And then, of course, our Horde had the Victory Royale. Currently the top team in the country, and you can see why right here. They're still in the fight, a 4-person squad. And ready to push in. Looks like there might be a little hard to see here. 17 players on the map at this point, so it could be some combination of probably 4 or 5 squads and maybe some stragglers left. So we'll kind of see. Ooh, good big knock there. Madison pushed in and took out PC11, Bearbow. Looks like he got kind of stuck out there. They pushed up on him quickly as the rest of the Horde members here tarp up. See PC3, that's Little Dog hiding out there. You can see the areas being scanned for position of the players and teams. Hitscan's going to push in towards them. Going to try to flank them. Move away. PC3, Little Dog's working on breaking contact. You can see him putting on those walls, but he's going to be knocked as he's worked his way back towards Pexified and Hitscan. Let's see if he's able to make his way back to the bottom of their build there. But it looks like Madison's going to probably push up on him and be able to take him out. At least his reboot card will be close should the Hitscan and Pexified are able to finish this fight. Hitscan's going to be pushing in. You can see him blast down, come right down on him, behind him. They do manage to tarp up just as he's about to hit that last shot, but he's got a good read on him. He's going to dip in behind him and take him out. So nice elimination there by Hitscan. Good work. He's going to move away his back towards his team, get his heals up. You can see how low on health he currently is at this point. So it's just Pexified and Hitscan left in this fight. Little Dog and Bearbow have been eliminated. Again, our heroes and Hydra were eliminated earlier, but they had a better second round. So good matches for all our Horde teams today. Good improvement each and every week. That's all we ask for of our team. All right, we should be back at this point. Sorry about that. Our stream went down. Let's swap back over to our match. So technology sometimes is not our friends, but we'll get this set up here in just a second. All right, and we are back. Looks like that might be it. Looks like the Horde were eliminated there. Let me swap back in. No, looks like they're still in the fight. Sorry about that. Again, our For some reason, this OBS is having they ran some updates, and we've been having trouble with it the last couple weeks, and sometimes it just crashes on us. So still watching Pexified and Hitscan, the last two remaining members of the Horde. You can see they're both pretty low on health at this point.
And people took your base.
Right, so they're pushing in.
When we killed you, we went up, and people guarded your base.
Right, so Pexified's in the top right, Hitscan's in the bottom right. They're looking pretty good to finish this out for a Royale. It's hard to see how many players left, maybe 7. So potentially a full squad, probably 2 parts of 2 squads, or maybe a couple campers. You can see how small the storm is at this point, so just got to chase out these opposing players and get good position. The Pexified's getting his heals, getting his health back up. See, they're both pretty low on health at this point, but not sure how much health either of them have in their inventory anymore. So it's been a pretty aggressive fight for the Horde. They've definitely taken advantage of getting that victory royale and 26 eliminations that first round, and really trying to transition that into being aggressive this time and see what they can come up with. You can see Hitscan was there on the edge trying to snag some fish, get some health in him. See, he's almost fully healthed up at this point. It looks like they do have eyes on the opposing team. Pexified's pushing in. Ooh, Hitscan does get eliminated there by one of the opposing teams, so it's just Pexified, last remaining player for the Horde. Let's see if they can clutch this up. But he's being heavily pursued. It's at least 2 members of the opposing team. Oh, they grappled him. Oh, but he does get eliminations to see if he can take advantage of it. Oh, and they place second. So a victory royale and a second place finish for our Horde. Definitely nothing to be upset about. Really good job there for a good match. So stick with us. We'll come right back. We're going to run some silver matches after this. Yeah, we'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in for the gold, and stick around.
Horde.